Philip II was a monarch that was born in Valladolid in the palace of Benavente in 1527. For his christening, he left the palace through the window because his parents wanted him to be baptized in the church of San Pablo. At the same time, he boosted the development of the town and gave it the title of city. His grandson, Philip III, also was born in Valladolid.
Valladolid was the capital of Spain from 1601 to 1606. In the royal palace, different kings of Spain, Charles I, Philip II, and Philip III lived for a short period of time. Napoleon stayed there overnight, and Philip III was born in it. The palace has a surrounding recreational area, now El Salvador School, and some other buildings for the court that have not been removed. Because Valladolid was the capital of the kingdom, many artists came to live here, and they founded the Baroque School of Valladolid. Nowadays, the Royal Palace is the headquarters of the military government.
This church is one of the most representative landmarks of the city. It was built in the 13th century and is facade at the end of the 15th century. It was the ancient convent of the Dominic Fathers. A lot of them were important jurists who were sent to the colonization of America, like Melchor Cano, Bartolomé das Casas and Francisco Suárez. This church has some masterpieces donated during that period, and others were taken to Madrid, like La Anunciación. Here, Philip II and Philip IV were baptized. During the local festivities of San Pedro Regalado, a festival of Castilian music is performed there.
The National Museum of Sculpture occupies the historic site of San Gregorio College nowadays. The decoration of the main facade is an allegory that represents the unity of the Spanish nation, which is symbolized in the pomegranate tree, the fountain, and the royal coat of arms. The characters represent humanism, which involves the change from illiteracy to schooling.
Description of my city. José Zorrilla was a Spanish romantic poet and a playwright in Valladolid. He was born on the 21st of February 1817 and he died on the 21st of January 1893. Zorrilla spent his childhood in this house and he came back to the same place in 1866. His most famous play is Don Juan Tenorio, a religious drama. This year, 2017, we are celebrating the bicentenary of his birth. We can visit his ancient house, Nada Museum, and discover his literature, reading his faith in his fantastic romantic garden.
San Martín Quarter. It's one of the oldest quarters in Valladolid, dating from 12th and 13th centuries. Here we find the oldest taverns in town. Our city is located in a region world famous for the quality of its wines, Ribera de Duero, Rueda or Cigales. Some of the streets in this area are named after the trade guilds that were located there, such as fishmongers, butchers, etc.
La Antigua, also known as the Church of Santa María la Antigua, is the oldest church in Valladolid. It was built in the Middle Ages in the 12th century. Its tower has a Romanesque style, but with a Gothic style inside. It was built in the 15th century in a neo-Gothic style. Inside, there was a major altarpiece, an original work by Juan de Juli. Currently, we can see it in the cathedral.
University Square. It was renamed at the 20th century because the facade of the law faculty that belongs to the University of Valladolid was situated there.
Miguel de Cervantes is represented in this sculpture because he lived in Valladolid between 1604 to 1606. Cervantes wrote a lot of novels here in Valladolid, but his famous novel is El Quijote, which is almost translated to other languages. The house where he had been living for a long time is currently a museum.
Valladolid Cathedral is dedicated to the Assumption of Our Lady. It's the newest cathedral of Castile and Leon because until 1595 Valladolid depended on Palencia's diocese. It was designed by Juan de Herrera following the square-length style that he used in San Lorenzo del Escorial. Valladolid Cathedral contains a polyphonic music collection dated to the 16th and 17th centuries. The cathedral has a digital organ which produces more than 3 million sounds.
Penicillinos Bar is an example of the old taverns that could be found in Valladolid. It was founded in 1860. Here you can taste a typical sweet wine which is accompanied by a biscuit called zapatilla. In these traditional bars you can enjoy listening traditional Spanish music called jotas. This Spanish dancing is usually danced during the festivities.
The most famous theatre in Valladolid is the one known Calderón. It was inaugurated in 1864 with the play of El Alcalde de Zalamea, which was written by Calderón de la Barca. It was built according to neoclassic architecture and it has a modern interior.
The Church of Las Angustias is the home of one of the most ancient brotherhoods of the city. Also, Saint the Virgin and accompany and procession during the Holy Week. The Brotherhood has an hospital for illness and poor people. The current of image of the Virgin was made by Juan de Juni in 1561. The procession are accompanied by a bout interpreted by symphonic band, which is playing with drums, bands, and cornets.
Fontodorada is a beautiful little square that gets its name in memory of an ancient fountain that craftsmen worked there. Nowadays it's very important in Valladolid and it has sculptures of workers.
The central square of Valladolid, La Plaza Mayor, was built in 1617 after a fire which destroyed a part of the city. Here we found two important landmarks, the City Hall and the Royal Theatre. There is also a statue of Count Alzure, who founded the city in 1072. Currently, a lot of events are held in this square.
Right in the city center, just a short distance from other important history buildings, such as the Church of San Benito Real and Santa María la Antigua, is Valladolid City Hall and its main square, Plaza Mayor. Both of these sites are important landmarks in the city. The City Hall was built in 1908. It's home of Valladolid's local government, ruled by our Mayor Oscar Puente. The building was on elliptic style, with a balcony on the main facade.
A few years ago, people didn't hang out at Caucus Square because there weren't any pubs or discos. Nowadays, it is famous for its vivid nightlife. Especially at the weekends, lots of people meet at the square and teenagers under 18 can go to one of the discos there. There is a beautiful fountain in Caucus Square, the Fountain of Mermaids, and a sculpture of a man with an umbrella. Valladolid is different from many other cities in Spain because its nightlife starts in the evening.
El Val Court Market is a modernist building from the 19th century. In this market you can find a big variety of bars with a lot of tapas. On the ground floor there is a food market with a lot of stalls where you can find a wide range of products such as fruit, vegetables, fish, meat. On the basement there is a supermarket. This is a place with snack bars where you can have international products. It has recently been rebuilt. It has typical products of Castilla y León gastronomy.
This area is perfect for bar crawling, that is going from bar to bar having tapas. A tapa is a small portion of bread with delicious typical topping on it. It may be cold or hot. In our region, the most typical tapas are made of roast lamb and piglet. It's also traditional to have black pudding and chorizo. Some other typical dishes from the region are soup with bread and garlic and cod with tomato sauce.
Santiago Street is one of the most ancient and important streets in town. Its names come from the Cruz of St. James, which is situated in this street. It's full of high street shops and main shops, and it's always crowded, especially at the weekend.
Zorrilla is one of the most important writers of the city. This year, we are celebrating the 125th anniversary of his birth. Because of his popularity, many important sites in Valladolid, such as the Zorrilla Square, the football stadium, the main avenue, are named after him. At the end of the 19th century, Zorrilla Avenue was the main street for the middle-class families together with Recoletos Avenue.